The show is about a little boy who's scared of the dark. The dark lives in his house. It lives behind the shower curtain, underneath the bed. It's everywhere, but mostly it lives in the cellar of this boy's house. When we started thinking about the dark, I thought about the idea of living in the dark, being in the dark, the idea of vision and seeing light and seeing dark. And that kind of raised a lot of questions about how we could explore this.
Initially we've been working with Great Ormond Street Hospital and Southampton Hospital as well, with the ophthalmology departments there. And we've met a few contacts who've been sort of introducing us to blindness and visual impairment. So we've been looking at the dark as associated with fear, and we've been asking children and how they feel about it, and doing workshops with children in the hospitals, which has been really enlightening actually and amazing.
I think there's something really exciting about darkness. The only way we see light is by being able to control darkness. The darker something is, the more easier it is to control the light. So there's a few different elements that we want to play with in the design. The lighting being one, and whether or not we can kind of map areas of the house using lighting alone. The other element is to try and build kind of one object that can kind of morph and change and create different spaces.
The music basically in the show is representing the dark, so we wanted to play with some live elements, with live instruments. The voice itself is, we kind of experimenting with it at this point, that the voice is basically the dark. And then the instruments that surrounding it will be some electronic instruments that are loopy and kind of creating this sense of space. And some of them are live, which create the warmth, so kind of showing both sides of the dark.
I guess for the dark, it is expansive and atmospheric and atonal at times, but also provides almost like a lullaby. It treads between being a music of comfort, but also a music of the unknown.
At the moment we're still exploring, but I suppose it's kind of veering between some quite sort of small, quite comedic aspects, where Lazslo gets to use the whole of his self, like from his toes right through to his face. So really kind of working quite architecturally around his body as well. We developed this exercise around the idea that the dark can envelop you, and that maybe feels like the softest, lightest, most luxurious hug.
I think I am most excited about the audio descriptive element of it and the soundscape of it and the sound design alongside the music, to see how many different levels the story can come across through. So I think because it's a dance piece primarily, visually it's going to be quite strong. So if there's a way to get the audio sort of side of it to be as strong, and at least maybe mirror it, if not be the exact same thing, I find that really exciting.